Hey, beautiful humans. Feels like it's been a while. Anyways, I've been getting back into writing lately, so I thought that I would read the first chapter of one of the books that I'm working on. And if it's fun, maybe I'll do it again. You can tell me if it's any good or not, and if I should try to get it published. It's a sequel to my first published book that I did a while back, so hopefully you like it and I like the experience. And maybe we can all see each other again some other time doing this activity instead of the other activity. So, Chapter 1 of The Son of Garcel, Nadia's Funeral. I am hiding in the library, my one place of solace. I'm sure they'll find me soon. My face is still red from embarrassment, and I try to bury it deeper in between my legs. What was I thinking? What could possess me to behave in such an entirely unroyal way? Swallowing hard, I try to control my emotions that are spiraling out of control. My mother just died. She died because a worthless beggar gave her a disease that killed her, slowly and painfully killed her. The beggar lived, and she died. Nobody knows the beggar or cares about him. He's probably an ex-rebel whose family has since disowned him because of his crimes in the rebel army. We have a lot of ex-rebel soldiers causing problems in Tarlen since the war ended. That beggar was probably a thief. That's why I hid him away from the casket. He has no right to talk to her, no right to gaze on her good face. He probably only wanted to steal the jewelry off her neck as she lay there, dead in the casket. So I hid him. I hid him away. I know he can't hurt her anymore, but he hurt her so bad she's gone, and it's his fault. I screamed at him to get away, biting my lip. I cringe at my words. Get away, scum! All of you! You're the reason she's dead! That was when Adan took me by the hair and dragged me out, barred from my own mother's funeral. I escaped his grasp and fled to the library. I spent a lot of time in the library poring over maps, history, and philosophy, but I have no interest in reading right now. This place is safe. I can hide here and feel the absence of people with relief. A big tear wells up in my eye, and I push it angrily away. She's gone. And I, her son, am kicked out of her funeral. How dare they? They have no right to kick the king's son out of the royal hall. No right. Angry sobs start to rack my body. If she could see me now, I'm sure she would be ashamed. Her son just condemned her entire life's work, called the people she loved scum. I can bear the discipline of my uncles and aunts, the annoyance of my cousins, but at my outburst, I'm surprised she didn't roll in her casket. She would be so disappointed. How can I even call her my mother when I take after her in no way at all? She was kind, compassionate, humble, and generous. I'm a conceited, heartless prick. I heave a breath. Oh, Mother, forgive me. My tears are exhausted, even though I know I probably should cry more, considering my beloved mother just died and I ruined her funeral. But I'm not one to cry for long, and I feel intensely guilty about it. Perhaps I can find some solace in that. I grip my fingers in my palms, gathering up my courage to go to the throne room to apologize to Adan for punching him in the nose while I tried to make my escape. I always saw my uncle as weak and unassertive, but the speed and strength that the graying acting king has exerted to get me out of that hall amazed me. He will not be pleased to see me again. He probably thinks I've gone insane. Both my uncles and my aunts are talking in the throne room. The door is shut, so they must be having a private meeting. But the guard posted at the door says nothing when I lean in to hear what they are talking about. Maybe he's scared of me. Whether we take into consideration that he is a 16-year-old boy who just lost his mother or not, his behavior will soon spread throughout the kingdom, says Adan. Should have known he has it out for me. Tarlen is struggling enough transitioning from war to peace, and there's plenty of injustice and oppression to go around. They don't need to be reminded what their future king thinks of them. Adan is right. The day Armand turns 19, he will ascend the throne and rule as his father did. His behavior is perhaps excusable as a 16-year-old boy, but is in no way acceptable as a future king, says my Aunt Sunfair. But what can we do? We can punish him as loving family do, but that doesn't change the fact that he said those words, that he thinks those words, and now the kingdom knows it, says my Aunt Mercy. I agree with Mercy, says my Uncle Ralph. Come on, Ralph, you're supposed to be on my side. Armand needs to actually change. Tarlen won't believe that Armand has just turned into a charitable, kind-hearted, and humble prince. If we make him put up a show, they will see right through it. We need Armand to change. People will get angry that the kingdom is going to be passed over to what they see as a spoiled brat. Their discontent could prove dangerous, says Adan. Adan, that is fear-mongering. We are the people who led Tarlen into peace, out of the war that ravaged Tarlen for hundreds of years. Think as optimistically as you like, Mercy, but you must remember, Tarlen only understood war, knew nothing else, says Adan. Now the people who are great in the war are nothing, and the people who are rich are hardly noticed. If they think Tarlen is going to be ruled by an arrogant prick, that might be the last straw. No rulers are secure in their status unless they have the favor of the majority of the people in their country. We hardly qualify now because we still represent war to them. Our hope, and the hope of Tarlen, is in Armand, to unite the land, bring about peace, and cultivate a healthy identity for the nation. But now it has been made glaringly obvious that he would prefer to hit poor innocent old men. I can feel my face turning deep red from anger and embarrassment. I never thought of that. Not only have I failed my mother, but I failed the kingdom, bullied the people who trust me with their future. But Adan's description of who I must be is impossible. I am sure to be a failure of a king if I'm not assassinated before. I step away from the door, unable to hear more as they discuss the problem child. If only my father were still alive, he would understand me. I'm sure he would. Someone should. And clearly none of my uncles, aunts, cousins, and not even Princess Nadia, my own mother, did when she was alive. I'm a disgrace. Biting my lips so more tears don't come down, I stagger away towards the stables. Perhaps a good ride would help. Maybe I'll fall off and bash my head open. That would get rid of their problem very nicely. Thank you.